Hey, Bibby, welcome to Stake to the Heart. When you were young, your
Hello.
parents were murdered by a vampire, and now you're out for revenge. You eventually track the vampire down to a bar known as the Crypt that is currently hosting a speed dating event. However, one you're not quite sure which one is the actual vampire. The plan is to date all the suspects here to figure out who's the vampire, and then take them on a private date. Once you get the vampire to trust you and lower the guard, you'll be able to stake them in the heart, completing your revenge. This is the monster that stole the life you knew. All your plans have culminated to this night. You must hurt them just as they hurt you, and perhaps then you finally know peace. You be only asking 3 questions per date, so converse carefully while trying to gather clues. The more aggressively you pry for clues, the less likely your target will trust you. Alright. Which do you want to date, male or females?
Female.
Female. Alright. Do you want the trust indicators that will appear on the dialogues on or off?
On.
Awesome. Alright, now go back to the crypt. This is the bar. This is the crib where all the dates are. 8A, B, C, D. You can go any order that you want. The middle icon is where you move. And go down a little bit to the notepad. That's the notepad. That's where you're going to see all the hints or clues that you might gather through the match or the game. Go a little lower. That's when you're gonna find the Vampire Hunter Handbook if you wanna read through it or look through it in the middle of the game, or now you may do so.
Okay.
Good. All right, let's go back to the crypt. And which day do you wanna go first?
Let's start with A.
Start with A. All right. Hold on 1 second. All right, you may go now to dialogue section.
Yeah. Sorry.
There you go. All right. Guess we got a few minutes. What should I call you, and what do people usually get wrong about you? You asked, and now she's responding. All right. Alex respond. This one takes off their sunglasses smile as you. You can call me Alex. I'm a singer and a musician. I travel from place to place in my magic van. I'm essentially a modern day traveling bard and the body your parents warned you about. As for what they get me wrong, I guess I'll be the assumption I don't have it together. This is a hint. This scene will go to the notepad whenever you want to look at it. Oh, here it is. Alright, go back to the dialogue. Now you're gonna have your first 3 questions. And you might decide which one you wanna ask first. So you got, do you usually come to things like this? What brought you out tonight? What were you hoping to get out of being here?
Let's do neutral first. This one.
What brought you out tonight? Alright. Said, I'm traveling through, so an opening to play a gig nearby and figure I'll see what the city had to offer. They smile. Alright, next question. Alright, your next 3 options are What do you respect most in other people? What's a choice you make again, even if it hurts someone? What's something you're careful about?
Let's do the first in the left.
First on the left.
Yeah.
All right. What do you respect most in most people? Oh, skip there. And they answer the ability to not let the past weigh them down. They smile again. All right. Next question. Hold on. Your trust meter needs to update. All right. Next question. What's the first thing that tips you off when someone isn't being real? What actually makes you stop trusting someone? Or are you usually aware of the attention you draw? Which one you like?
Let's do the middle one.
Middle one. What actually makes you stop trusting someone? All right. You got a little more trust in there. Oh. All right. That's the answer. Easy. When the words don't match their actions. I'm in show business though. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody's putting on a show. All right. And that was the third question. Oh, hold on. Okay. That's her goodbye. She said, "That's all three questions. You'll probably see me around." They snickered. All right. Now that you're done with that date, you get to see. You go to the bar. You can go down to the clues. See, you're gonna see. What was your last trust on her as well on day?
Over here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, you can see that's the hint you got from that conversation. And now you can go back to a dialogue. And that's called the secret of the script. You're gonna get another extra hint after this. You should pick wisely. The crypt is alive with sound and shadow, enchanted lighting, sacred decor, and several wording are worked into space to keep the peace. You watch how Alex navigates the environment when they think no one is paying attention. So these are your options. You watch them as someone knocks over Alex's drink. You notice them pass near stonework edge with all protective warding and watch their reaction. You notice them perform on the stage with the guitar when the heckler throws a bottle, or you watch them pass near a cluster of sacred symbols work softly into the crypt's decor. Which one you like?
Last one.
You watch them pass near a cluster of sacred symbols work softly into the crypt's decor. Alright. And they take out notebook and take notes on it. Hint, fascinated by symbols. That's another hint you got from her. Alright. You can go back to the bar. And now you are good to go in a new date. Which one would you like to go?
Let's go B.
You're gonna go B. Let's go B. Alright. Hold on 1 second. second, my friend. All right. All right, you good to go on dialogue? Before we start, what's your name and what's the one thing you want someone to know right away? They respond with, oh, right to it then. You can call me Ali, and I'm all about nightlife and fun. If you can keep up, maybe we can be more than first names. Okay, here are your first three questions. All right, what are you hoping this night might turn into? This feels intentional. Why tonight? Are you here by choice or obligation?
Mm, uh, let's do this one, the third one.
Are you here by choice or obligation? All right. You
Oh
respond,
damn.
they respond. By choice. I thought it would be fun when I heard about the event. You like that one? All right. Do you believe there are things people can never come back from? Where do you draw the line between necessary and wrong? What's something you've done that still weighs on you?
Let's do let's do the let's do this one.
What's something you've done that still weighs on you? All right. Well,
Oh.
it said, I've heard those I love. I spent the rest of my life trying to make up for it and forget the pain that follows. You get a hint, a painful past.
Damn.
All right. Uh, oh, God damn it. Hold on. Technical issues here.
I'm here.
Hi.
Okay. Is this the game?
Yep. All right. Next question is, when things feel unsafe, what do you usually rely on to get through it? If someone thought you crossed a serious line, would you face it or deflect it? Do you think people show guilt the same way? You pick one.
Okay, so question ready. So they don't show the trust the top.
Yes, this character have a different, so you
Oh,
only
okay, okay,
know the
okay.
trust after
Oh, okay, okay.
you select. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. Perfect.
it's the only one though that everybody else should be good because you pick on the indicators.
Let's do the middle one.
Middle one said, if someone thought you cross a serious line, will you face it or deflect it? All right, this is their answer. Why? Do you know something I should know? Hint. Guilty conscience. But you don't lose no more trust though.
That's good.
And let's go into the hint. Oh, if you will let me grab it. There we go. Alright. That was the third question and they'll okay. Is there a goodbye line? It said, guess that's that. Seems our round is over. Alright. You can go to the notepad if you want to see any hint. Oh, I did the other hint. What? Those are the hints you have and the trust you have in her. You can go back to the dial. Oh, hold on. Before you sing it there. Okay. Now you can go back to the dialogue and you will have this secret of the crypt with Ali. It said, as the night wears on, belongings are set aside and forgotten in quiet corners of the crypt. Some of these carry more weight than their owners realize. One such items belonging to Ali draws your attention. So these are your four options. You notice a small vial tucked away near where they had been sitting and take a closer look. You examine an old hand mirror resting among personal effects that seems to belong to them. You spot a small amulet partially hidden beneath their clothing, or you notice an antique necklace that they left momentarily unattended and study its details. Which one you would like to get?
Let's do the first one.
All right. So you notice a small vial tucked away near where they had been sitting and take a closer look. All right, and you get these hints. So the vial appears to be perfume, though not a known brand. It smells faintly of lilac and gooseberries. Hint: makes their own perfume. All right, that's that with Ali. You can head back to the crypt, and you might pick another date.
Let's do C.
You go with C. All right, 1 second. Go with C. All right, you're good to go on dialogue. Loading is done. You say, we don't have long. What's your name and what do you usually avoid talking about? Very strong storyline. They say, Valen, I tend to avoid conversations where people confuse certainty with responsibility. And now these are your three question options. So what were you hoping tonight might turn into? Did you come for the people or the experience? Or what made you sit down at this table? Which one would you like to ask, Valen?
Start with the middle one.
Middle one. Do you come for the people or the experience? Valen response is the experience, watching how people behave when they think it's harmless. Hold on. There we go. Question number 2. Do you believe some actions define a person forever? Do you think regret is useful or just something people invent after? What part of yourself do you keep under control?
Mm,
You say something?
let's do the third one.
What part of yourself do you keep under control? Sounds good. Balance response is the part of me that doesn't hesitate when it matters. Oh, hold on. You lost some trust in there. Been a little rude, ain't you? Oh. Alright, next question. How do you handle being blamed for something you didn't do? If someone deserved what happened to them, would that matter? Do you believe people can leave? Oh, what's going on? Is it showing?
It's not. No.
Hold on. Let me see. Nothing showing? What's going on?
No.
Okay, this one shows. Okay. Let me see if this one shows. Okay. Let me bring them again. There's some technicalities right there. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
We go again. How do you handle being blamed for something you didn't do? If something deserved what happened to them, would that matter? Do you believe people can live with the choice they make?
Let's do the first one.
The first one.
Left.
Go with this. Alright. And Valen respond. What is going on? Why is it not loading? There we go. Blame happens. What matters is whether it's accurate. That was the last question with Valen. Say, you ask careful questions. I respect that. That's the trust you have with her, with them. You got no hints, but now you get the secret of the crypt. So you can go. Just wait right there 1 second. If you want to go to the notepad and see what you got so far. Alright. And now you can go back to dialogue. Okay, that's it. Conversation spills through the crypt in fragments. Laughter, whispers, and half-finished thought linger in the air. You listen carefully when the focus turns towards Valen. These are your options. You linger near a nearby table, listening as other speed dates talk among themselves. Linger near the bar as drinks are mixed, catching the bartender mutter a quiet remark about them while they work. You catch part of the conversation near the entrance as the bouncer speaks quietly to some passing by, or you catch part of the conversation drifting from the kitchen as the servers speak while preparing orders. Which one would you like? What?
Hold on. Let's do this one.
You said you catch part of the conversation near the entrance as the bouncer speaks quietly and someone is passing by. Alright. And this is what you got. Before anything happens, Valen subtly repositions. Clue. Preemptive control. Alright, you can go back to the bar. And you can go to your next date, which is going to be D. Hold on. Stay there. Screen is loading. Alright, 1 second. Alright, you can go back to the dialogue. You say, looks like we're up. Mind telling me your name and the short version of who you are? Oh. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Seraph. I value clear boundaries and honest interest. If I take my time, it's because I prefer intention over impulse. Shall we begin? Now comes your questions. Which question do you like to start with? What were you hoping to feel by coming here tonight? Do you usually stay on the sidelines or step into things when they matter? So, clubs like this, often or rarely?
Let's start with the middle one.
Let's stay neutral. There we go. Do you usually stay on the sidelines or step into things when they matter? Seraph responds, I hesitate at first, but when something matters, I step in. Watching from a distance only works until it costs you something. I want to live my life to the fullest. You got a hint in there that cares about time. Alright, next question. What's something you done that people will judge you for? When things go wrong, what do you usually hold yourself accountable for? Or what's something you believe can be justified no matter the reason?
Let's get this one. The left one.
Left one. Alright. The left one. It says, what's something you done that people would judge you for? She respond, I take my time with people. I don't rush closeness. Something that patience gets mistaken for distance. When it's really just care. You got another hint. It said cares for others. Hints are not always bad, just so you know. Alright, and you got more. Your trust went up. Alright. So next question. If someone here was dangerous, would you recognize them? How do you usually decide who deserves your trust? Do you care more about being understood or being accurate? Which one will you like?
Let's do this one. Left one.
Left one. Got some more trust in there. And Seraph will respond with, yes, I trust habits until I've been picked up from living around people my whole life. I know what normal behavior looks like and when something breaks for it. You got another hint, implying mundane social life. I never expected this will feel so natural. I would love to see where it goes if you do. That's her, that's done. Now we're going to the secret of the crib. You can go back to the bar or to the notepad if you want to see what you got so far.
Oh, here.
Alright, let's see here. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
And now you can go to the dialogue again. It said servers are preparing trays of food and drink behind the bar. You watch Seraph closely, curious what they will accept, what they will refuse, and what they will savor. You got 4 options. Number 1, you signal the bartender and quietly order a cheeseburger with fries, having it sent to their table. You order a glass of absinthe from the bar, Before the server carries away, you quietly add a few drops of holy water to it. You order a glass of red wine from the bar. Before the server carries it away, you carefully add a few drops of your own blood. You order a garlic heavy appetizer from the bar and have it sent to their table without comment. Which one would you like to do?
Damn. Okay.
This one really, really strong, you know? It's because of her appearance, you know? She kind of looks like it.
Yeah. So I got good trust with her. So let's do the cheeseburger. Let's do the first one.
The cheeseburger, alright. You order a cheeseburger. Okay. It said they happily finished the entire burger and fries, savoring every bite. They must have been hungry. Enjoy the food. That's another hint. Alright, you may go back to the bar. And now it's your time to decide which one will you think you might want to leave, kill, or romance. Which one you think is a vampire who killed your parents that you might go to a private date with? You can go back. You can go to the bottom and start reading around. You see something that might get your attention.
Okay. See if they have something here. Okay, so in this one,
You going with Alex for the private date?
yeah, I think she's the sus. Yeah.
All right. Now you may go back to the crib, to the bar, and then you're gonna sit down with Alex. Although you ain't just sitting down, you are going with her somewhere else. Hold on 1 second. Alright. Let me do this real quick. 1 second. Alright. You may go now to the dialogues. Right, you get into Alex van and they take you camping at night at a national park. The campsite is next to a river, so Alex hands you a fishing rod to go fishing while they set up the campfire and tent. Alex laughed in surprise when you actually catch some fish as they were bringing out the beef. They sing and play music as you cook the food and share drinks. Alex says, "This is my favorite camping spot. We're here living our best life in a van by the river. Haha. Thanks for coming though. I promise you, the sunrise from here is simply to die for." Alright.
Okay.
Now it comes your last 3 questions. And you should decide what happens when you lose control. You seem very mature. Is that something you learned the hard way? Or is being controlled a habit or a necessity? Which one would you like to ask?
You need to trust me. So let's do this one.
Which one? You go left. Or right?
The first in the left. Yeah, sorry.
All right. And these are. This said what Alex respond. They say, "Oh, that's when the fun starts because you never know what's going to happen." what's going to happen and have to think on the fly. I like surprises. I enjoy the challenge. Ha 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 ha. All right, trust went up. Hold on 1 second. All right, now because of your trust, you get 3 options here. So you can pick a high trust insight, a mid trust insight, and you can also ask them if they're a vampire. You don't have to do all 3. You can do all 3, but it's your choice. Like you can ask, you can see the high trust insight of Alex. You can see the mid trust insight of Alex as well, or you can just go straight for the question: Are you a vampire? So it will be your option. What you would like to do?
Let's go. Let's do the.
You're just gonna straight
Yeah, let's
ask,
go
straight
to.
ask it. Okay, okay, let's do
Yes.
it. Hey, it's your choice. All right. Hold on. 1 second. You ask them if they're a vampire, and this is their response. So when you ask them, they start laughing. No, no, I'm not. It'll be sick if I was though. I want, I want missed powers. Can't touch this. That's funny. I haven't read that one. Okay, so after that, you go to the final choice. Wait, hold on. Okay, here it is. They say they look at you with a smile. They have had fun. Is now or never. Make a decision. And your 3 choices are: you want to leave because you think she's innocent and you made a mistake, or they are innocent and you made a mistake. You want to kill, or you want to romance. Alex, is your choice.
Okay. Damn. Cause yeah, she's not the vampire, so I can do romance. But if I'm here to, you know what? Let's leave. Let's go.
You're just gonna leave. All right.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
all right. You decided to leave, and this is what happens. You turn to run, regardless of whether they're human or vampire. You're pretty sure they're crazy. Alex sides. They always seem to leave. Wait, did they forget I've dropped them here? They take a bite of the steak. It'll be awkward, but I should probably pick them up. And the end. She was not the vampire. The vampire was actually. Oh, where is it? The vampire was actually Valen. She was the actual vampire.
Let me see something about Valen. Yeah.
Yep. Trust
Damn.
was neutral with her too, you know.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good run. It was a good run though. That's really good. All right, let me pause
Mission
the
fail.
video real quick. Let me